how it can happen.
Go on.
Oh shit, dude.
Why you wanna hate? You do it the best. I'm a high roller. What? Yeah, you know I'm a high roller.
No, I mean, he has no stacks tonight. Just Doc. He's cutting back, he said.
Yeah, well, saving money really. To buy meals.
Yeah. Drive it like I stole it.
Is that Lindor right there?
Double parking, bitch, you
Yeah.
better not talk.
Christmas. You got milk with white chocolate. Look, Ghirardelli, white chocolate sugar cookies.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of white.
Candy,
that's not really a snack. That's not how I see it. At least. Candy and snacks are different.
Look at my pockets, they so obese. Yeah, they so
I got
obese.
that.
I eat up and I
That's
get
the
at
lunchable
a
I had for
feast.
dinner.
Yeah, Yeezy my feet. I put Louis V down, see my wrist. Ferragamo, that's
Here's a
all on my
stack of
wrist. I know that girl
Holy
can release
fuck,
her
dude, you
dick.
like the
Cause she
Lunchables,
talked to
eh?
me right with a
Well, no, I was
right up the Chris. Yeah, she sound like a tick. I got paper, nigga, and you know it. I swear to God, I really can't miss.
Yeah, just got back
I
from town, I
make it,
didn't
yeah, I
have any
really
food.
can't miss.
You ever had
Even
a
if
hot
I miss
one?
that shit a hit. Stack my
hot-
money, then watch that shit
they're
flip.
not too good.
Spend my money, then do it again.
They're okay.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, dude. Rob,
You don't know what Lunchables are?
Yeah. Keep it on.
Really?
I swear that girl, she a gem.
You don't know what Lunchables are?
Before I was on, yeah, fun on the twins. Yeah. Before I was
It's,
on, yeah, fun on
it's
the
like-
twins.
Look at that one. It just has pizza crust, marinara,
Yeah.
cheese, and pepperoni. You just put it together. You don't heat it up or anything. You just eat it.
Yeah.
It's a quick little
Open
lunch.
up my mouth, white diamonds when I grin. Yeah. I am not from this earth like Invader Zim.
The nacho one is with.
Yeah. Nowadays I am on.
I still can't believe this. You all still have the spicy Italian stuff. They got rid of it here.
Really?
Yeah.
They replaced it with the hot shot Italiano.
I might just put some diamonds out on my wrist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every bitch in my face, don't give them kiss. Yeah. Boy, you hate cause you can't live your life like this. Wake up every day.
I try not to go there, man, but
yeah.
it's just so
Counting on my
bad, bro.
cake. Getting all them checks.
It's to the point where you start to get so low that you can't even make it back at blackjack. Dude, and that's the word. That's the money amount that we're approaching here. Only an hour in, dude.
Yeah, you know I'm a high roller. Yeah, you know I'm a high roller. Yeah, you know I'm a high roller.
Like, come on, bro. Holy fuck.
Yeah, woo. I swear that girl she a 10. Yeah, keep her around. I swear that girl she a gem. Yeah, before I was on, yeah, fun on the twins. Yeah, before I was on, yeah, fun on the twins. Yeah, raps him. She say she ain't want me, so I fucked a friend. Yeah, open up my mouth, white diamonds when I grin. Yeah, go yard, bag costs more than your rent. Yeah, go yard, wallet costs more than your Gucci. Yeah, put my baby in for real, my class she bougie. Yeah, boy I'm cool, everybody know you a showbiz. Yeah, nowadays I can't even go to the movies. Yeah, mood swing, girl, you gon' lose me. Yeah, mood swing, girl, you gon' lose me. Yeah, same thing over and over, girl, can't fool me. Yeah, same thing over and over, girl, you can't fool me. Wake up every day, know that I am blessed. Yeah, counting on my cake, getting all them checks. Yeah, pull up in the right. I'm just trying to flex, yeah. Why you wanna hate? You do it the best. Yeah. I'm a high roller. What? Yeah, you know I'm a high roller. Yeah. Yeah, you know I'm a high roller. Yeah. Yeah, you know I'm a high roller. Huh? Yeah.
Come on, man. Fuck.
Bullshit.
Dude.
What?
Oh my god, man. Come on, bro. So fucking annoying, bro. Holy shit. Unfucking believable, man. Wow. Fuck. Unfucking real. Of course. I don't know what to do, bro. Literally. God, dude. God, man. Like, dude, what a pathetic return tonight, bro. Honestly.
So hello and welcome to the UCI BMX Racing World Cup from Brisbane in Australia. It's round number 4. We've gone over the halfway point of the World Cup season. This year we are at the Sleeman Sports Complex here. My name's Matt Payne. I'm going to be bringing you all of the action with the legend is Rich Eames. Rich, do you know what time of day it is?
Not at the moment, no, Matt. Seems early, seems late.
It's what I love about the BMX. It's going out all around the world, and it's coming to you from Brisbane in the southern hemisphere, where we have at the moment mid-afternoon. We're here in the early morning where we are, and whilst they have these most amazing sunsets, we're still waiting for our sunrise. The track's already busy. The sports complex created for the 1982 Commonwealth Games playing host to a massive range of activities, including ski jumping, which are the big white ramps running down into the swimming pool, so you can practice your aerial flips on skis. Can you ski, Rich?
Unfortunately not, Matt.
Do you know I had you down as being an ace skier, the way that you can ride a BMX? No skiing today, and you can see why they use an all-weather ski slope for the jumps into the pool, because it is still incredibly warm, 29 degrees. It's mostly cloudy, very, very humid today, just in the shadow of the Anna Mears velodrome that you can see on the far side of the track. But as you can see from the feather flags, it is windy today. Rich, we're expecting some action. Will it be as shocking, do you think, today, given that we've got wind added into the equation?
Yeah, we had so much excitement in round 3 of the UCI BMX Racing World Cup here. Anything could happen. You know, we were talking earlier on about having a few crosswinds and that kind of thing, so it could mix it up a little later. We'll have to wait and see.
To see what is going to happen. You can see the winds blowing the flags behind our riders to get ready to go up on to the hillside, and we've got to say this was fantastic racing, but some real shocks. Now let's run through our riders in the under 23 women's standings. Big movers. Move third, second, and Taya Rufus taking the series lead. Ava Corley out as she was for the start of the round. Emily Hutt recovering from what wasn't a great start last time in round number 3. About who basically supports you to come to the event.
Rider, and yeah, they're getting looked after by the National Federation.
And if they come in their commercial, in their sponsor's jersey, then that is who has brought them out to the event. So it does make it a little bit more difficult. Now, one of the true characters of the sport, one of the absolute heroes here, lined up, Rich. Are we going to see it coming back? We saw some serious frustration in the last 2 rounds. We're going to see it up on the lineup very shortly. But we're going to get ready now for the first of our quarterfinals.
I was tripping. What's up, everybody? My bad. I've been saying what's up to everyone. But yeah, broken collarbone, so that's pretty solid. Hopefully that's a quick recovery. Hopefully it's nothing crazy.
Absolutely nailed, really, has she,
Take
at
these
the
off.
moment. We know she's capable of a lot.
I was just to be hyped when I started the stream, but you couldn't even hear me what I was screaming. Holy shit, it's starting right now? Fuck. Let's run it.
What up, Mark Paglia? Here we go, Malin Kelstrup of Denmark in the middle. Oh, one rider's gone down on that first straight already. I've got a feeling that might have been Sienna Powell of Australia as they go in and out of turn number 1. Zoe Clayson's getting the whole shot. That looks like Gabriella Bolle in there in that second position. Malin Kelstrup in 3. Felicia Stansel of the...
What is going on? Yo, that was round 3. What the fuck is going on with my computer, bro?
All-in-one online platform that helps you make your content like a pro.
We saw him afterwards on the show.
Yo, my
he
bad.
looked good on the podiums, but more news in a minute. So here in Brisbane, in Australia.
All right, we didn't miss nothing. I was wondering what's happened. Is everyone in here? Is everything good?
Quarterfinals. Very quickly.
Can you hear me? Can you see the stream?
Coming out
I don't know what just happened with my whole computer setup. That shit was tweaking. Jesse Asmus trying to run it back today. Let's
heading
go.
down the hill. Round 3's winner Jesse Asmus on the inside, battling away with Marcus Left as
Hopefully
they
it
heading
doesn't
towards
rain
turn
today.
number 1.
Definitely don't
Asmus
want it to
left
rain.
going 1 and 2. Left goes high up the turn, gets pushed along.
Type a 1
and
if
he's worked
everything's
his way
working
back
now.
into that
Please
second
type a
spot.
1 so I
Looks
know.
like in there as well is Jack Greenoff working his way through as they head in and out
Gucci.
of turn number 2. No doubt who's in front. Asmus left going 1 and 2. Southwell, I think, in there as well. Rory Southwell looking like he's going to work his way through into those semi-finals. But Jesse Asmus keeping the home crowd happy, winning that quarter-final. Marcus Left going through in that second position. Carlier in 3, Southwell in 4. Great laps for the winner of round number 3.
Jesse Asmus absolutely on fire at the moment, isn't he? I mean, he went through. He took the win in his first round. He took a win in the 8th finals. Absolutely flying, and he made it count really as he came through from this turn.
Yeah, textbook start there and whole shot from Jesse Asmus. Looked really good. Marcus Letty went high in the turn, worked his way back into that second spot. Rory Southwell riding really well as well to go in through in that 4th spot, and I think it was Carlier in there as well who took that 3rd spot. Mathis Carlier going through in 3rd.
So the first of our quarterfinals done. These are our Heat 1, the first quarterfinal results. Asmus Left, Carlier and Southwell through. Copland, Lanen, Branco and Greenoff a non-starter. So Jack Greenoff a non-starter in the
Dang, Jackie G didn't make it?
And that is going to change the top 3 in the standings overall.
There we go.
In the men's
My
under
shit's
23
messing up today, bro.
number of riders who not making it from round 3 into round number 4. Big long list of those. Now, Oliver Moran absolutely flying. He took away a second, took 2 seconds and a 4 so far. I dearly love the win here today in this round race.
Yeah, he definitely would. And Harrison Davis there right next to him as well.
There we go.
And we can also see Marco Radiali.
They don't want me to stream today. They're trying to mess my shit up.
Action in round number 3.
Alright, there we go. Fuck.
Tremel on the outside, Moran on the inside. This is the second of the quarterfinals for the men under 23, heading down towards that first turn. Oliver Moran and Murad Ayeli going 1 and 2 into the corner. Harrison Davis in there in 3. Looks like one rider's hit the deck as they go towards the second corner, but it's still Oliver Moran out there and in control. Who's got that 4th spot? They are diving around. It's Donald in that 4th position as they head towards the final corner. Is he going to be able to hold it? Moran still out in front, looking very, very good. Oh, rider down in the final corner as well. Moran, Radayeli, they're going to go 1 and 2. Davis for 3. Who took that 4th spot? Aguilera going through. Donald unlucky in 5. But there was all action in the final turn.
It really did come to that turn. Very lucky escape there as the bike slid out from underneath and went flying sideways. And you can just see Samuel O'Grady there making his way in towards the finish there. Radielli in second place here wasn't going to get bolted at all, but really using all that the track running really fast and then running really wide.
Yeah, definitely running wide. Samuel O'Grady going down in that final corner as Moran crossed the line. So certainly a great start for the Australian who hit the podium in round number 3.
And Dylan Tremel doing well to stay upright as the bike went flying in his direction, but not going to make it through into our semi-finals. Moran, Radielli, Davis, Aguilera, the riders going through from the second of our quarterfinals, which means we can move on to the third of our quarterfinals here in the men's under 23. The racing coming thick and fast here in Brisbane for round 4 of the UCI BMX Racing World Cup. Man there with that 5:30 plate, Joel Marsh. He's going to be very focused on this. He'll want it on this track. Really interesting. Some of the riders just coming down a little late. That was Joshua Swiatek being the last down to the gate.
Alright. If it's not working, I don't fucking know.
Bennett Greenoff there in gate number 2. He's already had a World Cup win in the under 23s this season.
Yo. Alright, it's working now. Let's go, Cutter, gate 1.
Cutter Williams of the USA looking to get a good start and make that lane 1 gate pit count as they head into the first turn. Where is he? He's there in that second spot. Oh, that looks like Kip Stoudfasher, who's hit the deck going into that turn.
Okay,
and
Cutter,
he's taken the rider with him as well. I think that was Thomas O'Frizerin who got caught up in that crash. But as they go in and out of turn number 2, it's Greenoff, Williams, Marsh, Lewis on Russo of France. He's in there in 3rd position at the minute. James Cutter Williams, is he looking for more in that final corner? Battling with Greenoff. It's going to be Greenoff, Williams 1 and 2 down that final straight. Lewis on Russo's going to make it in as well. I've got a feeling that
climb on now. Fuck, my bad, everybody. Hopefully we still got everybody in here. I'm sorry for all the fuck ups.
Kip Stoudfasher,
I should have got on here earlier and dialed it all in.
Let's hope he's okay.
Everyone's still here. I feel so burnt.
It looks like we've started today as we finished yesterday. Pretty much pleased to have a watch back. We're not going to give you too many spoilers, but it was some incredible racing, a lot of action. And today it started off the same here. But Bennett Greenoff, he didn't have a great round last round, only came 14th, which for him will have been a massive disappointment. But it looks like he's coming back into form here. He was second in round 1 and top spot in the 8th finals. And he kept it to the line here ahead of Cutter Williams. Yeah, nice consistent ride there from Greenoff as he went across the finish line. Cutter Williams in there into Lewis on Russo. Just a little shrug of the shoulders going, yep, job done. Let's come back for the semis later. So that was heat number 3. The third
I just saw on Instagram, it looks like we lost a few people.
Here are the confirmed
early
results
on.
with Stoudfasher, non-finisher, behind Tommaso Freserin of Italy, who came down but finished across the line just over a minute for his race. As we move on to heat number 4, well, Joshua Jolly absolutely flying. Noah Elton in here as well. Going to be very interested to see how they get on today in the action. Noah Elton, a man who he promises a lot. He's been absolutely flying. He's had 1 podium so far this season. Joshua Jolly, two finals rise so far. Will he be able to beat that? Will he get there? Jolly's got some really good moves.
Yeah, he has. I've got a feeling that we might see Joshua Jolly in that main event later on. He's certainly got the speed and the skills to get it done, and you know we'll want him to get it done in front of the home fans.
So a deep breath from the riders, as you can see the top of the start hill there. The
hey, type of one if you're still in here after all the fuck ups. Type of one if you're still in here, and if it's working completely.
Just joining us here.
I should be
Welcome.
dialed
Hope you
now.
can enjoy today's racing. We know that every time the show goes out, there's going to be new riders and new spectators, new viewers, as well as our experienced hardcore that are the lifeblood of the sport. And hopefully everybody's going to enjoy today's racing as much as the crowds are at the side. Well, the crew's going to get Kip Stalefisher seen to now. Just a quick one. Some news on Yoristodo. Whilst we just looking at this, didn't quite finish at the start of the show. It's so quick. Yoristodo, we saw him on the podium yesterday. He did look pretty uncomfy going up there as the series leader. What's the news this morning, Rich?
Yeah, the news on Yoristodo is that he's broken his collarbone, unfortunately, and he'll be having surgery tomorrow.
Okay, so surgery tomorrow, and with the speed of medical science at the moment, he could well be racing very, very quickly. Do not count him out for the rest of the season by any stretch of the imagination. So here we go, fourth of our quarter-finals. The riders are waiting at the gate.
There we go.
Hold, something that all our riders will be used to. Making sure that the track is clear before the riders are ready to go. The spectators are ready for the quiet moment as the gate is readied and the riders get ready to go. A quick shed of the goggles there. That's very last minute down there. That's not something you always see in that last moment, but changing conditions potentially, Rich.
Yeah, possibly. The rider's been held for quite a while here, so they'll be controlling those nerves and keeping that heart rate down and just getting ready to explode out of that gate as Sais Kakibara watches on and awaits her next lap around the track.
So the rider's just being stood down here at the moment. In terms of the racing here today, Rich, we've got day 2 effectively. It's a double header. Some riders go better on day 1 than on day 2. Josh Stoddard, which is mentioned, known as Mr. Sunday, absolutely flying. We thought he was going to be having a great weekend. In terms of coming back on that second day, it takes its toll on the body. Some riders, though, they just seem to get into the rhythm.
Yeah, it's almost like they take a day to get warmed up, and these riders, they're used to riding and doing multiple laps over multiple days.
One gonna be 2 in a minute.
Will have been in place, but certainly when you come back to that second day, you know what to expect. You know how the track's riding. You've got almost a mental blueprint of how things are going to be as you go around the track. But certainly these warm conditions, with it being 29 degrees, your heat management has got to be in place, and you've got to be ready to go at a moment's notice.
So the riders ready down on the gate, the 4th and final of our quarterfinals here in our men's under 23.
Does anyone have any crazy picks that they think's gonna win today, or do you have the solid same picks as always, or do you have like a crazy, like you think something crazy is gonna happen and someone random's gonna win? Not random, but you know what I mean. Let's go, Pedro. Get in there. Josh Jolly in 1. He's in a manual. This first jump 5 already.
Under 23 heading down the hill. 4 riders going through. 4 riders going out. Federico Capello getting caught in the pack. Is he going to make some of those trademark
No way, Josh Jolly.
in those turns? He's worked his way to 1, 2, 3, 4 riders going down, including Josh Jolly. Noah Elton hitting the deck. Federico Capello avoiding the crashing, but nearly goes over the bars himself going into turn number 2. So Capello, the Argentinian, out in front, walking 2. Second in 3. So all the mix-up coming in turn number 1 and taking some of the heavy hitters out. But it's Capello who's bringing it to the line. He's going to take the win. The Argentinian goes through in that first position. Who's got the second?
No way, did Pedro still get it?
It was Watt, Seckold and Ugamar going through. Joshua Jolly walking off track. That bike's going to need some attention. It was all action in turn number 1.
So Joshua Jolly and Noah Elton both suffering from the effects of that crash. And you can see Elton's going to go finish his run down here.
Then they told him not to finish the pro
whip
set.
it up there for the crowd. Big stack here, Rich. What happened?
Yeah, just as they went into the turn,
he just wiped
it
them
looked like
out.
Joshua
Wow.
Jolly slid out, hit Ben Salzar at the side of him, and then nowhere else had nowhere to go, and he ended up on the floor as well. So as they went in and out of the corner, the two riders there just chasing Federico Capello to the line. He'd already crossed the stripe at that point, making the way through, but disappointment for Noah Elton. He'll have wanted to got further than the quarterfinals.
The only thing interesting happening is I kept messing up the stream.
Things up in the
I
top
couldn't get it
10
dialed in, but now I got it dialed in.
straight away here already.
So far, just a bunch of crashes,
you can
really.
see
There's
that
been,
bike not
honestly, I
going to
think
be
they crash
the
almost every
easiest to
single
ride
one.
at the moment.
Hey, I'm smiling for that picture. You see him?
Pretty
Taking a
tough
picture
stuff,
of
but
me.
he's going to walk his way down to that line and get himself in and
Well, looks like
across
he's
the
alright. Just a
finishing
good
line
slide
here
out.
in Brisbane at round number 4 of the UCI BMX World Cup. So the official results now in. Elton
Alright, we're on to
and
the lead
Jolly
men or
along with
elite
Far
women?
and Ben Alcazar not making it through due to that big crash. Capello Watt second, and again going in through to our semi-finals. So we'll move from our men's under 23 quarterfinals across, because we are now ready to move on. Our riders are ready at the top of the hill. Now you can see that the women's elite world champion with that number 1 plate on, all ready to go. Beth Shriver going to be looking to improve on her run through so far. 3rd place in round 1, not taking the win there. Zoe Claessens was well over a second, nearly a second and a half in front of pretty much anybody else.
Quarterfinals are go for women elite, heading down the hill.
this
Bethany
angle?
Shriver going from gate 6 once again and looking to pick
There
up
we
that
go.
whole shot into the first turn. She's got Zoe Claessens right at the side of her. So Claessens, the winner of round 3, leading out the Olympic champion. Oh, looks like Judy Bauer's gone down in that first corner. So the rider from the Netherlands out at the quarterfinal stage.
Felicia
We've
just
got,
got pretty
looks
lucky
like
right
Carly
there.
Kane, I think, in that 3rd position. Felicia Stansel and Layla Walker going through as well. So it's Claessens, Shriver and Stansel.
New
That's your
Zealand's
1, 2,
battling for
3
fourth.
at the moment
Let's
as
see
they
if they
go
got it.
in and out of that final turn. The winner of round 3 looking
Oh,
like she's going to
shit.
pick up a quarterfinal win. Bethany Shriver right there as well. Layla Walker at the line. It's going to be a close finish. Who took it at the stripe? Walker and Stansel for a photo finish. Megan Williams in there in 5. Carly Kane in 6. But certainly Zoe Claessens going well as Judy Bow picks herself up off the ground.
Well, great to see Jodie Bow back up and walking again. Now, we've seen Beth Shriver, she's constantly starting to go from gate 6. We saw that in Rotorua, we're seeing that here.
Yeah, keeping herself out of trouble, I think, just taking an outside line. She's got the power to get across, get herself into a hole shot position. And she just had Zoe Claessens to deal with there, and they were pretty even as they went in and out of that final corner. It was the battle going on behind Layla Walker and Felicia Stansel. There was a photo finish at the line, not quite sure who took it. Megan Williams with a last gasp dive, but couldn't make it count.
So wait and see the confirmed results. The fans watch on the side of the track. They'll be seeing themselves on the big screen here at the Sleeman Sports Complex. Well, one rider that it would all like to emulate is Sakaki Barra, who lines up in gate 1 because she is the rider that they all know they have got beaten here, but she has been beaten by Zoe Claessens last round, so it'll be very interesting to see how that plays out. Claessens, Shriver, Walker and Stansel, your qualifiers moving through from the quarterfinals into the semi-finals in the first of the quarterfinals, the second quarterfinal lining up ready to go. It's a pretty packed field here, Rich.
Yeah, it certainly is. We've got the return of Saya Takayama out there in gate number 8.
Okay, riders, ready to start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Sakaki Barra and Willoughby occupying those first 2 gates, and they're even Steven as they head down the hill. Elise Willoughby turning on the turbochargers. It looks like the Swiss rider Eberhard had a problem going into that last jump on the first straight, so it looks like her race is over. Manon Veenstra has worked her way into the second spot. Willoughby in there in 3, and who's coming through in that 4th spot at the moment? It looks like Mathilde Dodou from France. So France in a qualifying position, but under pressure as they head towards that final corner. Sakaki Barra leads them through. Manon Vinstra in there in 2. Elise Willoughby in 3. Is it going to be Dodu, the French rider, going through in that 4th spot? She's holding it onto the line, but a very close finish. Who took it at the stripe? It was Matilda Dodu going through in that 4th spot. Gabriella Bolle in 5th, but certainly Saya Sakakibara, business as usual.
Oh, just to come back, she was disappointed. She was so pleased with 2nd place. It's a podium in her home country, but she really wanted that top spot. I think that's going to motivate her some more here.
Yeah, definitely will. And she was very even with Elise Willoughby. Just took that line away from her going into the turn. That allowed Manon Vinstra to dive underneath. Meanwhile, Matilda Dodu was just busily making moves and getting herself into
Felicia
that
make
fourth
it
spot,
out?
being chased down by Gabriella Bolle of Colombia. No doubt of the winner, Sakakibara taking it at the stripe. Manon Vinstra in 2, but Matilda Dodu of France, she'll be delighted to make it to the semi-final stage.
So Dodu joining the regulars on the semi-finals there. Willoughby, Vinstra and Sakakibara. Vinstra looking good as well. She's just so consistent. A 6th, a 3rd, a 3rd. Those are a 3-round results so far. She'll be pleased to be given the chance to move further up on to the next, the 3rd of our quarterfinals for our elite women.
Malin Kjellstrup of Denmark focused in that gate and heading down the hill, getting her nose out in front, so it looks like she's going to pick up the whole shot. Axel Etienne in there as well. Lexis Colby getting in the mix. She's in there in about 5th at the minute as they go in and out of the turn. More struggles for the Swiss rider Talia Burford. She's back there in about 7th now, but Kjellstrup leading it out under pressure from Etienne. And as they go in and out of the turn, it's Lexis Colby in that final qualifying position. Sienna Pal of Australia going through in 3. Kjellstrup holding on to it now as they go into that final corner. Axel Etienne looking for a way around those. Sienna Pal not done yet. It looks like Kjellstrup's going to hold it to the line. Kjellstrup, Axel Etienne overhauls her right at the finish line. Lexis Colby taking 4th. Venetta Pettersson out in 5.
So Singalani and Burford come in through, followed by Zara Gonzalez.
For the elite women, I don't think anyone's beating Zoe
and you
today.
can see Etienne here. She was looking
what do you guys think?
A way round, wasn't she? Pretty much from early doors that you could see she really wanted this, and she did shut the door a little bit on Sienna Pal partway through the race, but you could just see Etienne really is back on form. We saw that in round 3.
But I mean, if Beth is on it, she could.
Yeah, she certainly just nipped across the line just in front of Malin Kjellstrup. There's a little nod at the head. Malin's like, yep, I've done enough. I'm in the semi-finals, and she'll be pushing through again later on.
So great riding here in Heat 3 in the 3rd of our Women's Elite quarterfinals. Etienne, Kjellstrup, Pal and Colby going through.
So that's 3 US riders, right?
Joining them the final
4
Heat, the final of
that's 4 US riders, including Cutter. I think every US rider has made it so far.
We've got Mariana Pajon as well as Meryl Smulders, Delaney Vaughan, Molly Simpson. It's a packed quarterfinal.
Let's go, DB. Keep the streak alive.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
Oh, Delaney got out. You got to get over, though. You got to get over.
Pajon heading down the hill with Olympic bronze medalist Meryl Smulders right there next to her. It looks like Molly Simpson of Canada
Come on,
is
make
going
a
to lead
move.
them
Make
into
a move.
that
Get in
first
there.
turn. Lauren Reynolds making her way into a top 4 position as well as they head down the straight. And it's Simpson of Canada out in front, but Meryl Smulders making a rapid move and going to try and take away that first place as they go through the second corner. Pajon's getting squeezed between Lauren Reynolds and Meryl Smulders as they go down that 3rd straight. That looks like the Japanese rider Kanami Tano in there in 5. She'll be looking for the 4th spot. Can she take it away from Mariana Pajon? They are drag racing down the final straight. The Colombian and the Japanese rider Mariana Pajon looking like she might have just held on to it. She goes through in 4th. The win was for Molly Simpson. Smulders in 2, Reynolds in 3, but Pajon holding on to it at the line.
Yo, if you had a personal chef,
bike across the air, through the air on that.
What would you have them make every day?
She was pressured. This squeeze that we saw really
what would be your dinner that you would want every day if you had a personal chef at your house?
Behind. And it meant that she was then having to fight against Tano more than she was chasing Reynolds here, Rich.
Yeah, you don't got to be an athlete and say something healthy. Like, what would you really want?
Coming out of the corner, but Mariana, with her years and years of experience, just taking a smoother line.
Fried chicken, pizza, mac and cheese.
In the top 4 position.
That's what I would want. What would you guys want?
The jumps on the way in there. So Simpson, Smulders, Reynolds, Pajon going in through the final 4 riders into our women's elite.
No joke. That's what I would want.
Which means we're going to move on to our men's elite next. So, all action down at the track here in Brisbane at the Sleeman Complex. It's the men's elite quarterfinals.
Here we go.
Let's see who is going to make it in to the semi-finals. World
Dang,
champion
Mexican and Japanese sounds fucking
down in there.
fire.
He'll be looking for a better run around.
I'm not even gonna lie.
This round, but our riders lined
Holy
up
shit, they're just dropping it? Well, I guess they're starting.
Booty
Shit.
in gate number 1. He's certainly been consistent through the early rounds of the UCI BMX Racing World Cup Series. It's going to be a Swiss 1-2
Cedric
into
pushed
the
him
turn.
out.
Here comes Jeremy Renkerel as well. Philip Steiner in the mix, and we've also got Roman Maye going through as well at the moment. Quillen
this is
Isidore
gonna get
making
tight.
some moves now
Oh!
in through the pack.
Oh!
Quillen Isidore down in the corner. That started
fuck.
a chain reaction. So
Oh,
all action
fuck.
in that second turn.
Yo,
but it's
that
a
was
Swiss
bad.
1-2 into the final corner.
Yo, that was
Renkerel
bad.
in there in 3. Who's going
Oh
to pick
my
up that
gosh, I
fourth
think
spot
he's out. I
as they
hope he's
come
not.
down through?
Oh,
3
fuck.
Swiss riders going through. I think it was Philip Steiner going through, but Quillen Isidore was hunting. He was looking for a move in that second turn.
Holy
the wheels
fuck.
disappeared from underneath him, and that ended up taking 3 or 4 other riders with him as well.
Yeah, included Colsonet, who's rolling his way
Yo, that
down
was a
towards
rough
the
fucking
line.
slam.
And he's having a bit of a baptism of fire here in the men's elite field.
Yeah, he certainly is. It's a big step up from under 23 into men elite
Oh,
as
dude,
they come
only
down that
praise.
second straight. We can just have a look. You can see Quillen Isidore on the inside. He
Oh.
dived in, made that move. The wheels disappeared from
Oh,
underneath him.
that's
that
Quillen
took the
Isidore
tail
from
Colston
GB.
as well. Meanwhile, Jeremy Renkerel was
Hey,
safe in that
and
third
one thing,
position behind the 2
if y'all
Swiss
are always
riders.
like wondering what you should get for electrolytes that are healthier and doesn't have like a bunch of sugars and bullshit in it,
going through in that fourth
like
position.
I already drink my LMNTs in the morning, so I don't want to drink a bunch of them. I buy them, but like later in the day, I'll just put lemon juice and a bunch of Himalayan salt.
Coming up on the screen, here it comes.
And it's honestly just
so,
as good.
Cedric Booty, Simon Markart,
Dang, Quillen got up from that.
Steiner going through, Colsonet, Isidore, Fletcher, May. Indeed, the riders who won't make it into the semi-finals. So that is the first of our quarterfinals done in our men's elite. The second, well, it's packed with action and maybe another chance.
Wow, I cannot
for
believe he got up
Kyle
that
White
quick.
to come to the fore. He's in this along with Michael Bias. We've got Corentin Dubois. Isaac Kennedy, though, surely is the pick of the crop in the next, the second of our quarterfinals.
Here we
Isaac
go. Let me see
Kennedy's going
this
to be
shit.
brimming with confidence after winning round number 3 in front of friends and family here in Brisbane.
Yeah, he
Certainly
definitely
he's,
is gonna feed off
starting
that
to come
energy,
good at
no
the right
doubt.
time, so I'm expecting big things from the Australian in round number 4.
This is great to see. That throwing the gloves to the kids in the
Oh,
crowd.
his whole
They're probably
wheel
more
blew
used to
up.
that
Fuck.
front wheel, which is that's not going to be.
Why does it look
much
so
use
funny
for
when there's no
anything. You
visor on
can't
a
even make
helmet? Like
clock
it
out of that
completely
one.
changes
Yeah,
the whole
certainly
look,
not.
or is it like just
So
me?
here we go. The
I
riders
swear it looks
making
so
the way
funny
off
and
the
different when you
track.
don't have a
It brings
visor on.
bit
I
of
hope he's
applause.
alright. He looks
Don't
alright.
forget, of course, you can catch up with all of the action. Make sure you jump
He's
on
a
social
solid
media.
dude. That
It's
dude's
at
super fucking cool.
UCI-cycling
Shout out Roman Mayer.
on social media, and of course, if
Ooh,
you're
good little
watching the
steak.
World Cup here, it's
Good
at
little sweet
BMX
potato.
World Cup
I will tell you one thing too. I just didn't get ice cream. I was gonna get ice cream.
The track here is looking amazing,
But I
a
didn't
lot
get
better
it.
shape than the bike
I
is.
didn't get it.
And,
I want to get on the bike as
see
fast as
the
possible.
inner tube there inside.
But you got
I
no
don't think
clue.
it's
I
Starlight,
wanted
it's an
some
inner tube,
s'mores
isn't it,
ice
which
cream.
in our BMX is pretty much mostly TPU ones, I think, at the moment, because
Yeah,
they're pretty light.
Yeah, that's one of the
Oh, is he
ultralight,
telling him that's stupid?
inner tubes. But yeah, when they go, and certainly Roman Maye, he's not going to have much more use for that front wheel.
Not going to be much use for a great deal. Right. Let's hope all the rest of the riders today don't suffer the same issues on the way around the crowds, waiting for the next of the quarterfinals in the men's race field. And you can see now women's under 23 riders waiting their turn to go up. The riders held in the shade down here, just trying to make sure that they can keep out of the heat, keep out of the humidity. It is incredibly warm out there. Plenty of frustrated riders, plenty of very happy riders in round 3, and it looks like the drama's continuing here in round number 4. A quick
Wasabi,
reminder,
that's where I got up. I can't believe it either. That
to
looked
round
bad.
number 6, we have the World Championships in
Almonds,
Rock Hill,
wasabi,
and then we move
tomato
on
juice.
to the Olympic Games in Paris, and that
sounds
is in the
rough.
back of a lot of our riders' minds pretty
I
much
like
all
wasabi.
the time. I would imagine.
What round are they on?
Yeah,
This
they've
is
definitely
quarters.
got one eye on the Olympics and the World Championships as we see
I will say the guy
Kennedy
Magnus has a
into the
crazy
game, the
gate
winner
first
of
straight.
round number 3.
So we got to see if
Certainly got
Isaac can
some,
get out from the
talent
outside
here
and make
with
it happen.
Kai White and Michael Bias, and you can't count out the likes of Diego Arboleda and Magnus Dyer as well.
This is low-key a solid one.
Michael Bias,
Is there a US rider? I didn't get to see. They don't show all that shit. And I said he can't pass that fast inside the turn 2. Quillen said, hold my beers.
Random start. Riders ready. Watch the gate.
This is low-key a good one. Diego's in 1. Isaac got out.
And Kai White on the outside. We've got Federico Villegas of Argentina in gate number 6 as well, as they start to funnel into that first turn. Looks like Arboleda is going to pick up a whole shot. Magnus Dyer in there as well in that third position. Here comes Isaac Kennedy of Australia, safe in second at the moment. Just tagged that jump as they went down the second straight, but he's in that second corner in the second position. Michael Bias in there in third. Kai White of Great Britain going through in that fourth spot as it stands right now. Can he hold it towards line? Oh, Arboleda's gone, and he's taking Kennedy with him as well. So Kennedy, the winner of round 3, going out in round number 4.
What the fuck?
Oh, slide out in that final corner. Corentin Dubois was mixed up in that, but Arboleda and Kennedy, the same reaction, the head in the hands. And that just proves how BMX racing can change in a split second.
Oh, just absolutely good for Kennedy. I mean, from the high of yesterday, we saw him in those interviews. We've seen just how much it meant. To nothing, and it all happened in that turn.
Yeah, in a split second, it all changed. Arboleda and Kennedy looking really good at this point. Villegas was trying to work his way in as well. Kai White was in there in 3, and Magnus Dyer was diving in that corner as well, and he was in 5th spot as they came into that final turn. Arboleda, the back wheel just disappeared. Nearly collected Kai White as well. And yeah, that's just an example of how on the edge these riders are as they go into these corners. Corentin Dubois working his way in.
And you could just see Kennedy there. He picked himself up, he started pedaling again, but then the shoe came off. And he actually lost his shoe on that last straight, and he was pedaling into the finish with just his left shoe clipped in. The right shoe came off as he was pedaling down the straight. He may well have been able to come back from it, but that took him completely out. He had no chance at that stage. Whew. All action here in Brisbane, round 4 of the BMX World Cup. Continuing onwards now. Eddie Clerté in here, but he's got Ross Cullen to contend with, and surely Ross Cullen can be.
Is there a US rider? Yeah, there's Joey Lito. This one looks stacked too. Dude, they're running them so fast.
Yeah, Ross Cullen of Great Britain making the podium in round number 3. Can he
I feel like
repeat
Joey's
in
gonna make
round
a
number
move in the
4? Eddie
first turn. You
Clerté on
ready?
the inside. Cullen's working his way across into that first turn, and Cullen picking up the whole shot. Oh, Ross Cullen sliding out as well, down in the turn. It all went wrong for the rider from Great Britain. Meanwhile, Eddie Clerté battling away into that corner, and he's holding on to the lead. Ramirez, Darnand, and Andrade in that 4th spot. Looks like these 4 riders are going to go through because there's nobody else near them. It just depends on the order. Eddie Clerté of France, he's going to take the win. Carlos Ramirez in that 2nd position. The 206 of Simbanana making it in as well. And Ross Cullen from gate 8 to a hole shot to hitting the ground. Unbelievable action.
Are y'all seeing this shit, bro? What's y'all's reaction? What are y'all thinking now? Who do you think?
Both for rounds 1 and 2, and Brisbane, France 3 and 4 are really throwing the surprises out here, Rich. What's happening here? I mean, we've seen riders coming down, we've seen plenty of others go down. That is BMX racing, but it just seems to be this year. Is it that Olympic pressure that's taking its toll on the riders? Is it the fact we're now over halfway in the season and they know that time's running out in terms of qualification spots?
Yeah, it definitely is running out, but the riders will just have that single lap on the mind at that particular time. And it was just a rough turn of events for Ross Cullen. What can you say? BMX racing, so unpredictable, but so exciting.
It certainly is. Good job, really. The amount of watching Rich has done over the years, and myself keeping a check on the action, watching back through the action. We're taking a little look back. It's almost reminiscent, Rich, the team.
I guess it rained earlier, but I don't think it would be.
They thought that probably the nearest to.
I mean, I'm not there. I'm not riding,
variety and the chaos we're seeing was back.
Either it's slick or
Yeah, it was.
Like, you know how some turns
you
when
know,
they're brand
an
new, the
action-packed
rain like
race
kind of
and
slides
Zola,
down
we
some
were
of that
talking about
glue
World
it has on it.
Championships in
It could be that. I
2017,
don't
a
know,
little bit
dude.
earlier on, and there was so much that went on just in the elite men main event. As we look at the results for heat number
Hopefully
3,
Joey's all
Eddie
right.
Clerte confirmed as taking the win.
Dang,
Ramirez
Arthur's
is
out
taking
too.
the
Raw.
three.
Oh my gosh,
Raw
this is going to be the
day 4,
weirdest main
but Ross
event.
Cullen, you'll
I am
just be
telling you
wondering
right
what
now,
could
this
have
is going to
been
be the
had he
weirdest
stayed
main
on the
event
bike
you'll
in
probably
round
see in a
number
World Cup in a long fucking time.
Right, on to the
Romain,
next.
Hugo,
There's another
Cam,
round, another
Jeremy.
race.
Is that
We have the world
Naranjo,
champion
Gio?
Roman Mayu, a man who is looking
Vandenberg,
to pick
Gommers.
himself back up. He dropped down to 4th place
Well,
in
let's
the
just,
series
for one,
standings
hope everyone stays on their
overall.
fucking bike.
Will he be able to push himself back
I think
up? He
Cam might
started so
hold
well
shot
with
this.
winning round 1.
I see Jerem's times on the hill have been good too. He could.
Riders ready.
Let's just make it to the finish line, boys. Cam got out crazy. Cam got out so
Jeremy
good.
Smith of the USA right there in the middle, and he's got his compatriot Cameron Larson next to him as they go into that first turn, but it's the world champion. Oh, just
Oh
getting
my
pushed
gosh,
up a
you
little
saw
bit
Cam's
by
move?
Larson. So it's Larson,
Wow,
Meyu, 1
that
and
was
2,
fire.
Jeremy Smith in there in 3. Here comes Big Dave Vandenberg of the Netherlands as they go into the turn, diving underneath Roman Meyu, going
Oh,
from 4th
Jeremy's
to
gotta
2nd.
make a
So a
move here.
great
Jeremy's
move
gotta make a
for the
move.
rider from the Netherlands, Cameron
Jeremy can
Larson.
make
Though,
up.
got his nose
Jeremy
out
can
in
make a
front.
move
He's
there.
going to lead it into the final corner. Meyu making
Oh,
moves
somebody
again
else.
as they
Oh my
head
gosh.
down that
Oh.
final straight. Who's going to take that 4th qualifying spot? Looks like
Holy
Meyu's going to
shit.
go through. I think Jeremy Smith actually went out in
Cam's
5.
tires held
Hugo
up. That was
Marzalek
fucking
taking
fire.
that 4th spot, but certainly the positions 2, 3, and
Dang,
4
Jay Smoot
were
just got
nowhere
the
near
worst end
secure
of that.
as they
He
get
got
into
out
that
and
final
just got
corner.
caught up in
They
some
came into
shit.
turn 1 here. You thought Jeremy Smith in here. He's got this now. Then Larson came through the inside.
He had a clean
Every
run
turn
there
you saw
too.
people
Fuck,
coming
that
through
sucks.
up the inside, making those moves. Vandenberg doing exactly the same.
Man,
and
people
really
are making
forcing his
crazy
way
moves
into
today.
position. Smith is going to be bitterly
Hugo
disappointed after
Marzalek
that
making the
podium in the
semi. That's
previous
pretty
round.
crazy.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed with that. He'll be looking to build on the, the performance in round 3. And anybody says that BMX
Larson
racing
got
can
out.
be
I bet you that's the
processional at
fastest
times,
hill time of the
certainly
day.
hasn't watched a lap like that.
There's plenty of action in here. Processional is not a word that's sprung to mind on the way through. So here we go. This is our final result for you. Larson, Vandenberg, Meyu and Marzalek going through to our semi-finals. So here we go, on to the semi-finals here at the BMX Racing World Cup from Brisbane, round number 4. Taya Rufus, the pick of the crop here. She's our series leader, having taken that lead. 2 wins so far. A 3rd place, not been off the podium so far this season. Can she get through?
Riders ready. Watch the gate.
So the women under 23 entering the competition at the semi-final stage, and it's the winner of round 3, Taya Rufus, who's going to lead it into the corner. Looks like we've got Aiko Gomes
Yours
in there
got
as
hurt
well. She hit
yesterday.
the
He
podium
ate
in round
shit.
number 3, but it's all about
In the
those
lead,
top
in the
4
main,
spots
he
and
faced
who's
the
going to
second
go
jump in the
through.
pro straight and went over the
Tegan
bars.
Pascal,
He broke
Emily
his
Hutt
collarbone.
in the mix as well as they go into turn number 2. The 4th position going to looks like Korsakova, who's under pressure from Emily Hutt
Yeah,
as
the
they go
triple saucer.
in and out of the final turn. Rufus, Gommers going through 1 and 2. Pascal in there in 3. Emily Hutt's winding it up down the final straight. Is she going to make it in? I don't think she did. It's a very close finish. Yes, Emily Hutt making it in, stealing it away from Sabina Korsakova, but she left it very, very late.
Yeah, we just
700ths
lost
of
a
a
bunch of
second,
hitters, bro.
separating being in and through and being eliminated.
The elite
out
men
there.
semis are about to look crazy. I gotta see what they're
Emily
looking like.
making her move down the outside there, and she.
I can't believe it either. It was such a gnarly slam, bro.
But then just got shuffled
For just a
about here.
collarbone, that is
Aiko
super.
Gomes again doing the business here.
You gotta just be
really
happy
liking this
with
track,
that.
Rich.
Yeah, she definitely is. Taya Rufus and Aiko Gomes, making the podium in round number 3. Korsakova, she was, bike length in front of Emily Hutt at that time, and Emily left it very, very late. She got her right at the stripe. It was such a close finish, but the rider from Great Britain making her way through to the main event.
You can see Elena Beck in there as well.
Oh, yeah, the first semi is
13th place is a 10th
chill.
place in the previous rounds. Will she be able to get herself into a final for the first time this season? Well, no stranger to the final is Isabel May here on gate 1, ready for her run down to the line.
Okay, riders, ready to start. Riders ready. Watch the gate.
Julia Boots are on the outside, Isabel May on the inside, Marianne Beltrando's in there as well, and she's battling with Isabel May into that first turn. The Australian picking up the whole shot. It's getting busy on the inside. Riders working their way in, including Isabel Schramm and Charlie Guy inside the top four. Stariska, she's in fifth now. She's on the outside looking in. She's going to have to make a move if she wants to make it into this under-23 final. Isabel May of Australia, all smiles as she's up on the gate, but she'll be certainly smiling if she comes across this finish line in front. Still moves going on in that final corner. Stariska's trying to battle away through.
I saw it
Is she
said
going to make it in?
DNF
Beltrando's going to take that second
what
spot.
happened? Are you good?
Stariska working away in with Charlie Guy. Isabel Schramm
Anything
in
bad, or
five,
you
so
just didn't
Stariska
check
left
up?
it late as well.
I was trying to see what was up, but I can't watch the previous rounds, but I did see DNF. Are you all right?
Again, Rich.
Nick didn't go. He went back to San Diego. I don't know why he wouldn't race here, but maybe he got a podium and
Isabel
wanted
May
to chill.
just so at home here.
Yeah, definitely, wanting to keep this Australian crowd happy and also wanting to go one better than she did in round number 3. Stariska came through from 5th, worked her way into 4th. She was still battling
Jamie,
down
are
that
you
final
seeing all
straight.
this shit, dude?
Isabel May taking the win. And,
Some crazy fucking
Stariska
racing,
going
dude.
through
We've
mid
lost a
main
bunch of
event.
hitters, bro.
She's got a chance now to
I'm not gonna lie, freaking.
Well, Isabel May taking 2 second places so
I think
far.
we're gonna
She
see a
has
different
beaten
winner than
Taya
we're
Rufus
expecting.
in round number 2, where Rufus came in 3rd place, but she's got to make it count this time around. The riders waiting on Women's Elite. You can see Axeletti in there just chatting with the
Yeah,
rest.
send me on
before they make their way
Instagram so you
to
don't gotta
the gate.
type it in here.
Well, it's got no time for chat. Jesse Asmus lined up in gate number 1. Bennett Greenough with those yellow gloves back on once again. He'll want a better round this time around. He wants to get himself up there. He's still holding 2nd place in the competition overall.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Jesse Asmus, Bennett Greenoff occupying gates 1 and 2. James Cutter-Williams of the USA in there in 3 as they head towards the first corner. Greenoff picking up the whole shot. Oh, one rider hitting the deck in that first turn, but out front at the moment, Bennett Greenoff. Jesse Asmus, the winner of round number 3, battling away as well. Capello in the mix. James Cutter-Williams working his way through into that 3rd spot, and that looks like Aguilera, I think, going through in 5th. So as they go in and out of the final corner, Aguilera once more, the Chilean rider battling away with the Argentinian. Here they come down to the line. James Cutter-Williams looking like he's going to make it in. Bennett Greenoff goes through. Justin Cutter-Williams in 2. Capello in 3. Aguilera in 4. And Mathis Carlier in 5.
And Jesse Asmus not going to go through. So more changes, more shake-ups, and our winners of round number 3 not having a good time at all.
No, Jesse Asmus not making it through to the final, and Greenoff and James Cutter-Williams going 1 and 2.
You said Nick was setting track records at San Diego on what, the full lap or the first straight?
Final qualifying position.
So 4 riders through, 4 riders eliminated in our semi-finals.
Cutter's in another main. That's sick. 2 for 2
here in Brisbane, round number 4 of 6 rounds of the UCI BMX Racing World Cup. So Greenoff, Williams, Capello, Aguilera going in and through. Kelly, Asmus, Ogama.
I can check the times on here. It doesn't even show Nick has times at the track.
In round number 4, we're going to move on to the second of our semi-finals very shortly. Oliver Moran in here, the series leader, up against Marco Radielli, the man who took a 3rd place in some pretty unconventional style in round number 3. But Moran here for Australia.
It doesn't show on the website,
Very,
but
very good. He will want to take the win. Is
I
this
guess
his
we'll have to
chance
see when
now?
I get out there.
Asmus out of the way.
Yeah, certainly Oliver Moran's chances have improved massively with Jesse Asmus going out at the semi-final stage. It's still there to be won. He's going to battle with the likes of Bennett Greenoff, though. He's got Luis on Russo to deal with and Marco Radaelli.
And 3 for Australia, John Mosh, Sheldon Watts, Bailey Simmons.
yeah, it would show on here. Let's see.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Moran and Radaeli leaving the gate going well. Lewis on Russo's had a great start as well. Harrison Davis on the outside looking for a way into the top four. Moran picking up the whole shot. Oh, Ryder's sliding out. That looks like Russo's hit the deck. So the Frenchman, his round 4 is over. Who's got that final qualifying spot as they go into the second turn? It's Harrison Davis of Australia chasing down Joel Marsh, who's in there in 3. Marcus Leth of Denmark occupying the second position. But there's no doubt who is out in front in semi-final number 2. Oliver Moran of Australia. He's going to go through into that final. Harrison Davison pushing hard, battling away with Radaeli, and I've got a feeling that Davis stole it at the line.
Our timing screen showing that time difference 7/100ths of a second between Radaeli and Davis at the moment. Russo sliding out this time round with Seckold and Radaeli. Those are the riders who are not coming in and through. Radaeli didn't get a great start, then he got held up here, really had no chance then to get back in.
No, he didn't, unfortunately, and Oliver Moran just, avoiding all the troubles in turn number 1. He was out in front, and if you're out in front, you're not really going to get caught up with
I was looking at my time,
behind, which is certainly a positive. Harrison Davis, his coach Adam Curry will be watching this with interest, seeing his rider going through to the men's under-23 final. Marco Radaeli out in 5.
So that is your confirmed result. Moran led Marsh and Davis through to our finals here today in Brisbane as our women's elite riders made their way up to the gate for the women's semi-finals. First of our heats, Kakibara, Etienne, Simpson, Smolders, Walker, Shriver, Stansel and Colby. The second, Glaysons, Veenstra, Willoughby, Powell, Kelstrup, Dodu, Reynolds and Pahon. And you can see Mario Panahan just saying, I'll have whatever's left there at the gates. I'm last at the last chance. I've got the last choice. The first of our semi-finals lined up and ready to go up on the top of the hill. Let's take a closer look at our riders here. And Rich Sakakibara looking good, but surely Zoe Claysons is the biggest threat to her, and they're separated at the moment in these 2 semi-finals, so she won't go to race against her until the final.
No, it's going to be a tough one there, the Women Elite Final, when it happens.
Yeah, I just saw his Instagram post though, so maybe he did beat it.
Of the USA
I guess I gotta get back out there.
Alexis Colby in gate number 8. Felicia all smiles as we move to gate 6. Certainly Bethany Shriver's come with a plan, and she's going to execute it to perfection with a bit of luck, as the Great Britain rider and world champion just waves to the camera. Gate number 5, out of New Zealand, that will be Layla Walker on the 216 plate. And gate number 4, from the Netherlands, on the 22 plate, it's Meryl Schmulders. Gate 3, out of Canada, looking to put some daylight between themselves and the opposition. It's Molly Simpson.
On her inside, out of France.
Gate 2, on the 13 plate, out of France, Axel Etienne.
And in lane number 1, let's hear
and
you
on the inside, gate number 1, listen to the roar for the rider. On the 77, it's Saya Sakakibara. First semi-final for the Women Elite, ready to go. The action continues.
Okay, riders, ready to start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Here we go, semi-finals for Women Elite, heading down the hill. Bethany Shriver moves across from gate number 6, heading into the turn, and she's battling with Saya Sakakibara, so the Australian and the Great Britain rider going 1 and 2. Felicia Stansel in there in 3, Molly Simpson in 4, Meryl Smulders in 5, Layla Walker in 6, but Sakakibara and Shriver are there 1 and 2 into the turn. Felicia Stansel looking good to make the Women Elite final. Who's going to get that final qualifying spot? Smulders is on the back of Molly Simpson. Can she make the move? Layla Walker diving underneath. She's in there in 5 now. Simpson, is she going to hang on to the 4? I think she will. Oh, Axel Etienne taking a huge tumble at the line. Stansel going through, Simpson in 4. But it all went wrong for the French rider on that final straight.
It got closer and closer almost as we came into that last straight. I can't wait to have a look back and just see how that went. very interesting to see that Axel Etienne got pushed right back at that start. Sakakibara came off on the inside, looking strong. She was relaxed on that start, but you could see she got tight on the inside. Shraver just getting pushed up there, took discretion over. Vala went wide, then coming down the straight, and Shraver pushing Sakakibara, but had to give a best coming in to the line. Rich, what went wrong here for Axel Etienne?
Yeah, she's just coming down that final straight, pushing hard for a fourth spot. I think there was just an overcooking of the manual, and it just pitched her over the front, and unfortunately game over for the rider from France.
So another rider not finishing here today, but it's BMX racing. 4 riders going through. Sakakibara, Shraver, Stansel and Simpson will be making their way into our women's elite finals. And looking forward to see those riders in action. Zoe Claces is going to be lined up on the start gate here, Rich. The pressure probably starting to build because she knows she's coming into form. She should be able to do it with it. We know she's an absolutely class act. Tell us a little bit more about her.
Yeah, Zoe Clayson, she's been European champion twice, and yeah, she's from a very, very kind of established BMX racing family, so yeah, expecting lots from Zoe Clayson's.
Great to hear the fans here for the Queen of BMX, Mariana Pajon, who has definitely had a better weekend than she had in the very first rounds, but she'll want more. She knows what it is like to be at the top. You can hear the crowd going mad for Lauren Reynolds here on the start gate.
Yeah, moving on to gate number 6 out of France, we've got Mathilde Dodou, and she's poised and ready behind those goggles. Certainly our crowd getting involved here at Brisbane. Gate number 5 out of Denmark. She's been under 23 women a world champion in 2022. It's Malin Kelstrup.
Australia, let's hear you.
Gate 4 on the 2-1-5. I'm expecting more cheers for Sienna Powell. Gate 3 Olympic silver medalist Team USA. Got the horsepower. It's Elise Willoughby. And one of the most consistent riders in the 2024 World Cup so far from the Netherlands, it's Manon Veenstra. Right there on the inside in the European Champions jersey. The winner of round number 3, looking for a win in round 4, it's Zoe Claysons. So the second semi-final of Women Elites here at the UCI BMX Racing World Cup. We are ready to go.
I don't know, it's hard to, I mean, I hope so. We should. There's really not much room for people to watch, though, besides that one side of the bleachers, so I don't know what they're going to do.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
So the double Olympic champion Mariana Pajon out there in gate number 8. Has she got what it takes to make her way into yet another World Cup final? Elise Willoughby picking up the whole shot. Manon Veenstra in there in 2. Oh, it looks like Malin Kelstrup's lap is over. She goes down in that first turn. Where is Mariana Pajon? She's back there in 5. She's battling with Zoe Claysons. Lauren Reynolds in there in 6. Out front, Elise Willoughby. Manon Veenstra in there in 2. Sienna Powell doing it for Australia. She's going to keep the home fans happy. She's in there in 3. Looks like Claysons has worked her way into that 4th spot. I think Mariana Pajon might be going out in 5th. Claysons makes it in that 4th spot. Sienna Powell, Manon Veenstra, Elise Willoughby. It's a 3-way photo finish, but disappointment for the double Olympic champion.
Is she going to be happy with the performance this weekend? Not made the final.
Yeah, it's always disappointing when you don't make a final, especially at World Cup level, but it's a very difficult ask to come across from gate number 8 and make that work in a World Cup semi-final. Malin Kelstrup going down in that first turn. Sienna Powell was up there in 3rd, but yeah, Pajon was battling with Zoe Claysons at this point, and perennial main maker Lauren Reynolds was back there in 6th. She'll be disappointed not to make another World Cup main, but Mariana Pajon didn't quite make it happen. Like I said, it was a tough ask from gate number 8. She's going to have to come back at round 5 in Tulsa and see if she can get through in that competition.
So as you can see, Elise Willoughby taking it there on the line with our photo finish camera, giving us our confirmed results. Willoughby in 1, Veenstra in 2, Powell in 3, Claysons in 4. Pahon, Reynolds, Dodu and Kelstra will have to move on to round number 5 in Tulsa. Well, it's been absolutely packed action in our women's elite racing. Can the men match up? They are going to be ready to roll very shortly indeed. Now, there's been a lot of talk of the Swiss train, Rich. Just doing a little bit of calculations yesterday in between the races, we put together our unofficial nations ranking at the halfway point, and it put the Swiss down in 5th position overall. So more of a, not so much a wagon train, but maybe 1 or 2 covered wagons, having made effectively
the US
what is 5 final positions. Got into a final 5 times. And taking 1 win. Top of the table, Australia. So the Swiss good, but Cedric Bouty, Philip Steiner, 2 riders in this heat.
I've got a feeling that Swiss train,
the craziest semi I've ever seen.
The closer we get to the Paris Olympics, and Cedric Bouty and Philip Steiner coming up from the under 23
if you were in a World Cup semi, you probably would wish you were in this one. No doubt.
Help the Swiss have those positions.
Just compared to how the level normally is. This is crazy.
So great shot down on our track here in Brisbane at the Sleeman Sports Complex. If you want to catch up with the results, our very unofficial, very bad maths series standings, jump on to either Rich's Instagram feed or mine's at BMX commentator for Rich at Matt Fixpay for me. And those series, these are results in there per nation are utterly unofficial, and we're not going to make any bones about it. The maths could be very, very bad in there, but it does give a really interesting window looking down on what's happened so far. The unofficial top of 3, Australia leading from France and from New Zealand. And then ranked in terms of places from first of the teams that have got the most first places, then second, then third, and then the number of times we've had riders in the final. And all of those riders contributing to that will be enjoying themselves down here in Brisbane. Any surprises for you, Rich, when it comes to what we worked out in those maths of where those riders are, particularly when we're looking at coming into the Olympics, we're coming towards the end of the season, we've got the national, we've got the World Championships coming up. Anything stand out really?
It's just a case of these riders being as consistent as humanly possible, and taking those places and doing the business to kind of look after their country in the Olympic qualifying scenario. Corentin Dubois out in gate number 8 for the first of these semi-finals. Michael Byers, all smiles from New Zealand. He's in there in gate number 7. He's been involved in some action already in this World Cup season. Gate number 6 out of Colombia, Jersey, Alejandro Andrade. First appearance in the semi-finals in the 2024 BMX Racing World Cup season. Those Colombian fans cheering him on as we look at one of those riders from the Swiss train.
He's fast. He's U23 World Champ.
Gate 4 out of France, former World Pump Track champion. He's focused behind those mirrored goggles. It's Eddie Clerté. Gate 3 made some fantastic moves in the second turn in the quarter-final to make his way into the semi-final. It's Dave van der Berg from the Netherlands.
Oh yeah, Larson's cutting Cedric off, but they might bump some elbows. But Cam's for sure got the fastest gate in this whole
USA certainly started his USA BMX season well with a win in Phoenix.
And on his inside from
and gate 1 on the 149. Out of Switzerland, it's Cedric Bouty.
I don't see anyone from the outside coming out on any of the guys on the inside. Yeah, I think Larson whole shots this.
Okay, riders, ready to start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
First of the semi-finals for the men elite. Argo, Dave van der Berg didn't quite get the start that he wanted, and Bouty and Larson looking like they're going to head into that first turn inside the top 4. Michael Byers has worked his way across from the outside. Oh, Byers hitting the deck as they come out of the turn.
What happened?
So it's Cedric
no way,
Bouty,
this dude's going to make
Clerté,
the final in 3rd
1
and 4th.
and 2
What the
at
fuck?
the moment. Corentin Dubois, he's in there in 3, Andrade in 4. So the riders in 3 and 4 looking like they're going to make their very first World Cup finals. Cedric Bouty, a 4th and a 2nd in rounds 1 and 2. He's going to make the final. Eddie Clerté's in there as well. Corentin Dubois, Jersey Andrade, they're going to be delighted with that. Dave van der Berg in 5, but Michael Byers started so well, but ended up on the floor coming out of turn number 1.
Cameron Lawson not going to make it in and through as well. So
Bro.
real dramas yet again here, and that's not good news for Lawson. It all went wrong
Clean
again,
move,
Rich.
clean
Yes,
move,
they came
clean
in
move.
and out of the turn. I'm looking to see who went first. I think it was Larson who just slid out slightly. He took bias with him. Philip Steiner got caught up in that
I
one.
think Cedric Booty's
Meanwhile,
gonna win
Cedric
today.
Booty was out in front. And Corentin Dubois and Jersey Andrade, riders who've never made a World Cup final before, but they've made one here in round number 4 of the UCI BMX Racing World Cup.
Well, somebody's picked up a whole bucket load of random chances and thrown them down here. Brisbane really has shaken things up. It's changing who's making
Holy
that
fuck,
move
this is
into
the
the
weirdest,
finals. It's going
craziest
to change
racing
the
I've ever seen.
overall series standings. Is the constant clatter of riders hitting the deck going to affect the riders? We see Booty, Clotet, Dubois and Andre going in through there. Is that going to be affecting the riders? It seems to be a lot more.
What do you guys
than
think's
the
going to win
normal
now?
than we've seen normally
I
in
think
the World
Cedric
Cup.
Booty wins.
Will it get to the riders? They've got to be strong, I guess, to not let that affect them.
Yeah, it's certainly when you take a crash in that particular situation at such a tense stage of the competition. You know, if you're not strong as a rider, if you're not mentally strong, it can affect your mindset. But these riders, they know what they need to do, and they know they can bounce
Congrats
back
to
fairly quickly.
the people
As we
making the
look
main,
at
though.
Kai White from Great Britain lining up in
It's just not who
gate
you would
number
expect.
8. He'll be looking
You went
to
8
make
again?
his first World Cup main of the season. That's the Prince of
Oh,
Peckham.
come on, Kai. You got to get out, bro.
And next to him in gate number 7 from Denmark, it is Magnus Dyer. Excuse me. Gate 6 from France, poised and ready. That is Simba Darnand. Gate number 5 for Colombia. The Olympic bronze medalist, the little magician, it's Carlos Ramirez. Gate 4, out of France, it's Hugo Marzalek. Gate 3, also from France, wearing the rainbow stripes of the world champion, it's Roman Mayu. Gate 2, also from France, took a World Cup win in Glasgow in 2022, it's Jeremy Renkerel.
And out of lane
On the inside for Switzerland, the 2022 Elite Men World Champion, Simon Marquardt. So the second semi-final here.
I don't know who's going to make this one.
We are ready to go.
I think there's going to be another few people that we don't think are going to make it that are going to make it. Romain's got to get out. He could clean up. Kai can get out, make it happen. Magnus has a crazy first straight. Carlos is going to make crazy moves. Simba can make crazy moves. Simon's fast. Jeremy has a crazy gate. Like, it's going to be a different one than we expect.
Kai White of Great Britain on the outside.
Okay,
Has he got
Romain
what
got
it
out.
takes
He's
to
gotta
get
close the
himself
door, though.
into a World Cup main event? Roman Mayu's going to lead it into the corner. Mayu, Marquardt, Renkerel, White. That's
Oh
your
my
1,
gosh,
2,
this is
3,
gonna
and
get
4.
crazy.
At
This
the
is gonna
moment,
get
here
crazy.
comes
Kai's
Carlos
for sure gonna
Ramirez.
get into
He's
third.
worked his way into a second
got that for
position.
sure.
Renkerel on the bubble in 4 at the
Okay,
moment.
so
Chasing
1,
down
2,
Kai
3,
White,
4.
who's
I
in
think
there
this is
in
gonna
3.
be our fourth on the
Looks like
finish
we've got
line.
a rider from the Swiss train in there in 5. Here comes Marzalek trying to make a last turn move as well. But it is a Roman Mayu taking this semi-final. Ramirez is going to get the 2. Renkerel for the 3. Who got that 4th spot? Kai White of Great
Romain's
Britain
on fire
making it
today.
through. Marquardt, the unlucky rider, in
Isaac
5.
crashed.
But Roman
Diego
Mayu
Arboleda
looking like
crashed
he's
in front
back to
of
form.
him and took them
He'll
out.
want to make the most of this. He dropped down in the standings. He hadn't
Fuck, this
had
is
a
gonna be
great
crazy.
round number 3. It had really impacted, but from the gun here, he wanted to be out in front. Great start by him.
Yeah, certainly he had Jeremy Renkerel, who's not too shabby out of a start gate himself, and as they went into that first turn, Mayu right there, and Renkerel diving underneath. Kai White was in that 4th spot at the
Dang,
moment.
Renkerel made
It
a
looked
good
like
move.
that. I think it was Marquardt who got pushed a little bit wide as they came out of turn number 1. Kai White was in there in 3rd, but he still had pressure from Jeremy Renkerel, who managed to dive underneath him. But Kai White can certainly pick up some speed off these jumps in the rhythm sections, and he held it off to the line and just held off Simon Marquardt.
Yeah, the main's going to be crazy. The main's going to be
So you
crazy,
don't
bro.
want to be on the outside coming in and then more particularly coming out of the turns here at the moment, because that has been, it is the scary on the wire line
out,
going
Nino.
right on the exit. Your riders going through though, Mayu, Ramirez, Renker, a white mark up, the man who's pushed out super wide there. He cost him time, he's not going to make it in
Alright,
and
main
through.
event
So
time.
that is our semi-finals done and dusted here at round number 4. Our riders will be getting ready for the finals. They're going to be coming up with us very shortly. The under-23 women will be kicking the action off in our finals. Then it'll be the under-23 men, the elite women, and then the elite men to finish today. A reversal round in terms of men and women from round number 3 to round number 4, and that change around just happening this year. So here in Brisbane, it's round number 4 of the BMX Racing World Cup. We'll move on into our finals very shortly. Really looking forward to seeing who can nail this. Will it be a new rider who's on the top spot on that podium?
I think Setter Booty's gonna
Yeah,
win.
the UCI BMX Racing World Cup in Brisbane in Australia. Round number 4, it's finals time. We're going to kick off the action with our under-23 women's final. The riders at the top of the hill. Rich, this it should in theory be a 2-horse, 2-rider race. Taya Rufus and Isabel May, but we've seen absolutely anything can happen.
Yeah, just checking out that start list there. We've got Emily Hutt of Great Britain out in gate number 8. Alina Beck of Germany making her very first World Cup final as an under-23 rider. But the home fans will be looking at gates 1 and 2. Taya Rufus and Isabel May. And Taya Rufus will be looking for her 3rd win of the season.
So the riders getting ready, the gates raised into position. That gate fired down, the ram belting its way down into the track centre. Rich, you did tell me, I think it was last season, the number of possible combinations there were on that track. But you can't remember that off the top of your head. It's huge, isn't it?
I think there's something like 25,000 different combinations of start that can be produced by one of our start gates at the World Cup. So yeah, you can't predict what's going to happen when that gate's about to fall. But just looking at gate number 8 out there, it's Heiko Gomez of Belgium. All smiles, her very first World Cup.
I literally can't believe how many people are out of the fucking rain now. Just from like crazy shit happening, not even from not being fast enough. How's the back healing up? It's healing up good.
Listen to the cheer for Charlie
Start
Guy.
moving into some more stuff this week, and been doing everything I can to get to it. So I can't fucking wait to race. And I think some people are.
5 from Great Britain. She's going to be looking for.
I'm gonna be ready when I come back. That's all I gotta
It's
say.
Emily Hutt.
Just in case y'all forgot about me.
Gate
It's
number
gonna be
4 on the 503 plate.
It's gonna
from
be good.
Latvia, it's Veronica
I'm
Stariska.
ready, and I'm doing everything I can to stay in shape and get even in more shape mentally, physically,
Gate
everything.
3 out of France on that
So
511 plate.
hopefully
Marianne
2-3 more
Beltrando.
weeks.
Gate number 2, all smiles. The Australian fans are going to go wild for Isabel May.
It's gonna be a battle between her and the same first place girl.
Gate number 1, also out of Australia. 2 wins and a podium. Will it be another win for Taya Rufus?
Here we
Coming into
go.
23 final, round 4 of the UCI BMX Racing World Cup. We're ready to go.
Unless Latvian girl can pull up something.
Riders ready. Watch the gate.
It's the women under 23 final of the
she got out
UCI
again.
BMX Racing World Cup,
Oh,
round
grown
number
second on
4.
this past
Taya
yesterday,
Rufus,
though, so
Isabel
she might
May
be there
heading
today.
into turn number 1. Heiko Gomez in there as well. Emily Hutt makes a great move. She's up into the top 3 as it stands right now. But Taya Rufus,
Oh,
the
yeah,
winner
this
of
is gonna
round
be a
3,
good race.
out in front. Isabel May in there in second. Emily Hutt in a podium position as it stands right now, and Charlie Guy is in there as well in
there
4.
goes too smooth.
Heiko Gomez in there in 6, chasing down Marianne Beltrando in and out the final corner. Australia 1 and 2. Taya Rufus, Isabel May. Isabel May making a charge now as they get to the line. Who's going to get it at the stripe? Taya Rufus takes another win. Isabel May into
That was
Emily
close.
Hutt
That
of
was
Great
actually a
Britain.
good race. That was
Hits
fucking
the
close.
podium. But
The
Taya
jump on
Rufus,
line is
she
faster
certainly
for
started
sure. You
her
can
under
see
23 career in the best possible way.
Well, look at the result. Great to see the two teammates there congratulating each other. Emily Hutt, great ride by her as well to take away a third place.
You just
in a
won a
very
World Cup.
big
That's what just
contest
happened.
between May and Rufus on the start in
That's so
that
sick.
gate. As they
Just
came
being
down,
stoked as fuck.
they looked to be going in. It almost looked like they were going to take each other out of contention. Certainly made life more difficult for themselves because they were battling so wide there, Rich. And Emily Hutt came down the inside, but she almost got challenged by a guy who cut right down the apex there.
Yeah, she was banging elbows with Charlie Guy as they went into that second
Oh, I
turn.
thought
But
you said that
Taya
she was
Rufus and
battling with
Isabel
a
May were out
guy.
in front
I was
this time.
like, bro,
and you
what?
could see Isabel May winding it up. She was almost on her, and just a change in line. She got it slightly wrong just over that last jump. And it just allowed Taya Rufus to sneak the win.
So great race here today. We'll await those confirmed results. You can see that reaction. Another 1-2 for Taya Rufus and Isabel May, repeating the round 3 result. It means Taya Rufus should extend her lead at the top of the standings ahead of Isabel May. Emily Hutt will move up because of that third place. And we'll try and make sure we bring you the standings before the end of the show. Let's have a look at the confirmed results first. Taya Rufus, May, Hutt, Guy, Beltrano in 5th, Beck in 6th, Gomez in 7th, Stariska rounding out the top 8 there. But your top 3, 2 Australians, 1 Great Britain rider in there, depriving Charlie Guy of a Australian 1, 2, 3. But Taya Rufus sweeping everybody before her. Fantastic ride by her. You can see what it meant to her afterwards. I can't wait to hear what she has to say. She's an absolutely fantastic rider. She could hardly talk yesterday in round 3 at the end of her race.
1-2-23. You think so?
Whether she's got her words a little
I'll
bit
see
more
the gate
together
set up
today.
and
I
I'll
won't
tell you
blame
what
her if she
my
hasn't.
picks are.
Here she comes. Let's see. I'm not sure she can still believe it.
It's great to see you back here with a second win. How incredible does it feel?
This is just, I don't even believe it at all. I just had a really good start and Bella had a really good one as well, right next to me into the first turn, and managed to come out first turn in front, but I knew they'd be chasing, so yeah, it was just a matter of holding on and yeah, just take it to the line.
An incredible lunge at the line is what gave you the win. 2 wins. Yesterday we could see the emotion. Today, I know you had it sunk in that you're a champion, but now you're a 2-time World Cup champion. How does that feel here in Brisbane?
Yeah, I mean, one time in Rotorua was just absolutely just crazy, and to double down here at home, just in front of all my friends and family, it's just so incredible.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So Taya Rufus takes away 3 wins from 4 rounds of the BMX Racing World Cup. When we move on to Tulsa for rounds 5 and 6, she will not have it the series sewn up though, because Isabel May's chasing hard immediately behind her, and a great ride by Emily Hutt of Great Britain to take her into 3rd place, diving across the track, looking for the room to go through, looking for a space to maybe move up, and great to see her fight it all the way to the finish there.
Yeah, absolutely. Taya Rufus, I think if you told her before the beginning of the season she was going to win 3 rounds out of 4 of the UCI BMX Racing World Cup, she would have just said, you've got absolutely no chance. As we see Emily Hutt of Great Britain, taking her flowers in the flower ceremony, and Isabel May just stepping up to take her 2nd place flowers as well. All smiles, that rider, all the time. And then Taya Rufus, 3 wins out of 4. She's got reason to smile. Look at the top 3 there. Taya Rufus, Isabel May, Emily Hutt, your top 3 in women under 23 at round 4 of the UCI BMX Racing World Cup.
So all smiles in the under 23 women's race, and on the flower ceremony protocols, they all get their flowers. There will be press and pictures. The podiums are coming up later. Don't forget, you'll be able to see those pictures on the UCI feed. It is at UCI_cycling on Twitter, now known as X on Instagram. And it's Union Cycliste International at the Facebook page if you want to spell all that out rather than go through at UCI_cycling, rather you than me. On to the men's under-23 final. This is going to be a real cracker. We have in here the series leader, Oliver Moran. We have got Bennett Greenhoff, the man who he deposed at the top of the series standings the last time out. Cutter Williams can't be discounted either, but it's an absolutely packed final here today, Rich.
Yeah, it certainly is, and the first of those riders in game
Alright, let's see.
from Australia on the 5-1-2.
Let's see who I see when I see the gates. If Bennett has 2 or 3, I think he hole shots, and then we'll see what happens around the track. But I think Bennett hole shots.
Also out of Australia.
His
on
first
the
straight is just way
5:30.
faster.
It's Joe Marsh.
Like, it's super quick. It's crazy. I should FaceTime Rico right there while he's sitting.
Gate 6 on the 5.
Should I FaceTime Rico?
He had 8th places in round 1 and 2. Is he going to go better in round 4? It is Marcus Left.
Dude, my back's sore like when I sit like this. Well,
5-4-1 in gate number 5. Ignacio Aguilera. Gate number 4.
shave his beard tomorrow.
Argentina capable of making magic
okay,
in those turns. It's
I feel like he's
Federico
on the
Capello.
podium for sure. And if he's in a position to make moves for the win, he definitely will. Oh, my boy Cutter, I'm not going to lie. He could do it if he put it all together.
James Cutter Williams.
He could do it if he put it all together. I think Bennett hole shots. Unless Ollie gets a really good game and puts it off. But Bennett's first hill and first straight is super good. Ollie's really good around the track, though. We're going to see right now, though, whoever puts it all together.
For Australia, will round 4 be the round that he takes the win? It's Oliver Moran. Here we go with the men.
This is going to be a good race, actually.
Okay, riders, ready to start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Yeah, see, Bennett got
The
out.
23 men final is underway.
Dude,
Marcus
Denmark
Left
guy
got a
out
great
too.
start.
Holy
Here comes
shit.
Benny Greenoff and Ollie Moran on the inside. Federico Capello in there in 4 at the moment. James Cutter Williams trying to work his way
Ollie
in. One
went
rider
past
hits
this
the
guy.
deck
I don't know. I've
coming
never
out of
seen him
turn
around the
number 1,
track.
but it's the Danish rider out in front. Left, Oliver Moran all over the back of him. Benny Greenoff
dude popped
inside
off
the
up front. I'm
top
telling you,
3.
Denmark's
James
got some
Cutter
shit
Williams
cooking
of the
up over
USA in 4.
Oh, I think
but
Ollie
will
might
we
get him
have
if
a
he
brand
does the
new
triple
winner
triples.
in the
I think Ollie gets him if he
2024
rails and does
UCI
triple
BMX
triples.
World Cup. Moran making his move now on left. It's going to be a tight finish at the line. Oliver
He didn't
Moran,
even pedal?
Marcus Left. Moran gets it at the
Yo,
stride.
the dude didn't even pedal.
Drives the home fans while Marcus Left just nipped at the line. Benny Greenoff
Yo, the
and
dude didn't
James
even pedal.
Cutter
He just
Williams a
gave him the win.
photo finish for the final spot on the podium. But Oliver Moran taking a very popular win.
Well, what a ride by Oliver Moran, taking his first win this season. 2 second places in the 4th place previously. Marcus Left, he's still got to be happy with 2nd place.
Yeah, why didn't the
in
dude
there,
pedal, though?
Rich.
His
He
first
let
straight
out
was
from
fucking
the
crazy.
gun here. He's made 2 finals so far this season, but he's only been 8th in them. He's been last previously. He almost had it this time.
Yeah, he certainly did. He rode really, really well, Marcus Leth. His gate start was incredible, and he led out of turn number 1. Oliver Moran was right there. Benny Greenoff in 3. Cutter Williams rounded out the top 4, but Moran, he knew what he needed to do. He lined him up out of that turn. Cutter Williams was diving underneath, looking for a position, and Oliver Moran just timed it to perfection, coming down the final straight, chose the better line, and Leth just knew he'd been beaten at the strike. There was a little shake of the head. And yeah, he knew he'd been beaten for his first under-23 World Cup win.
And in 3rd place, Bennett Greenoff, he's got a 1st, he's got a 2nd, he's got a 3rd, he also has a 14th. I'm probably fairly sure he's not going to worry about that one quite as much, but that will have cost him points, not making that final in round number 3. Here's your confirmed results. Oliver Moran in 1, Marcus Left in 2, Bennett Greenoff in 3, followed by Cutter Williams, Capello, Marsh, Davis and Aguilera. The riders rounding out the top 8. But let's hear from our race winner here, our series leader, Oliver Moran.
Congratulations. Fast laps all day, but determination and that stretch at the finish line is what gave you the win. How does it feel to take the win here in Brisbane?
Well, to do first World Cup win in front of the home crowd is pretty special. But racing all day, everyone's riding really well. I knew I had some good track speed, so I was just like comfortable coming out of that first turn, just knowing to be patient. So I left it pretty late, but I'm happy I got it at the end. So I'm pretty happy.
Well thought out lap, a perfect last straightaway. Congratulations on your win here.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Well, the crowd appreciating that. We appreciated that. And he didn't give up, did he, Rich? I mean, that determination. He was looking for a way pass. It came to that final run to line, left just with nothing left in the tank.
Yeah, not quite. Just as he got the line selection from Oliver Moran going down that final straight, he was just that little bit smoother. And it's a game of millimetres and inches in World Cup BMX racing. And Oliver Moran just did what he needed to do just to nip that win at the line.
So our riders are going to make their way up for the flower ceremony. It will be our top 3 riders in front of that bike drop. It is Bennett Greenough, a man who's no stranger to every spot on the podium. Now a 3rd place for him today. A great 2nd place for Marcus Leth here, but centre stage, he's going to enjoy this moment. Oliver Moran, your race winning, your series leader, who extends his lead at the top of those standings. So Oliver Moran in 1 for Australia, Marcus Leth in 2 for Denmark, and Bennett Greenough in 3 for New Zealand. Great racing from our under-23s men's and women's competition. Rich, we're moving on to the elite riders next. It's been incredibly quick. There's been some very, very interesting moves. Oliver Moran shows it can be done. You can stitch it, you can compass in the very last moment. Are they going to be close run, or are they going to be a walkover? What do you think? Are we going to see a dominant ride here?
Oh, I'm expecting these 2 elite finals to be very, very close. Just looking at the riders who are in there, you know, it's all set for absolute drama here at the UCI BMX Racing World Cup. I can't wait to see what happens next.
So the riders on the top of the hill, we're going to be making our way up there very shortly for a run through of our finalists in the women's elite final here today. It's going to be an absolute cracker. Don't forget, you catch up with all the full results on the UCI website. It's www.uci.org. Let's see who's going to be on the top of the results in our women's elite field. There's going to be some very, very pumped up, very fired up riders up there, Rich. This moment when you're running in, it's pure focus.
Yeah, it certainly is pure focus. The heart starts to beat that little bit faster. You know, the nerves are coming through. It's a UCI BMX Racing World Cup main event. It's a tough one, and there's none much more tougher than this one for the women elites.
So it's a packed field of riders. Our world champion up against the rider who looked almost unbeatable, but the rider who took the previous round, Zoe Clayton's right in there as well. Who's going to take it away today?
Yeah, just checking out the world and Olympic champion in gate number 8 for Great Britain. All smiles, it's Bethany Shriver. Gate 7, right next to her. The winner of a round number 3 from Switzerland is Zoe Clarkson.
Think she's in 7? I don't know. Who do you guys got? Comment right now. Who do you think's gonna win? Hurry up. Comment right now. Comment right now. Comment right now. Comment right now.
Gate 6. On the 44, representing Canada, it's Molly Simpson. Gate 5 for Team USA. She's been world champion once before, but she's here in the World Cup Series. It's Felicia Stansel. Gate number 4, making her very first Women Elite World Cup final. Listen to the cheer for Sienna Powell. Gate number 3.
Saya, Molly, Saya.
Of consistency in the
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, that's my wild card win right there.
It's Manon Veenstra.
But I think Zoe pops one off from the outside, pissed off. Oh, I forgot about Elise.
Gate
I think
2,
Elise wins.
Team USA on the 11, Olympic silver medalist. It's Elise Willoughby. And on the inside, gate number 1, the World Cup Series leader, Saya Sakakibara. This is going to be a phenomenal Women Elite final. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. Women Elite Final at round number 4 of the
Saya
UCI
popped one
BMX
off.
World Cup
She
is
said
go.
not
Will it
today.
be more glory for
But I told
Australia?
you, Zoe's
We
still
are
cooking.
about to
Zoe's
find out
coming
as they
over.
go into turn number 1.
I told you.
Zoe Clayson, Saya
I
Sakakibara
told
1
you.
and 2. Molly Simpson in there
She's
in
gone.
4. Where is Bethany Shriver
She's
of
gone.
Great Britain? She's back there in 5 at the minute as they head towards turn number 2.
Holy
Clayson's
fuck, that was a
the
crazy
European
whole shot.
champion out in front.
Okay, we got
Is
Elise on
she
the
going to
whole,
make it
the
2
box.
wins
Let's
from
go.
2
Oh my gosh,
here
stay
in
smooth.
Brisbane? Saya Sakakibara
Molly's
in that
coming. You
second
better
spot.
hold it.
Bethany Shriver in 5. Manon Veenstra in 6. Certainly looking good for Zoe Clayson's
Dang,
right
Zoe
now.
just doubled.
She's
That's
bringing it
crazy.
down the final straight. Clayson's is going to take the win. 2 wins from 2 in Brisbane. Saya Sakakibara with a pair of podiums. Elise Willoughby hits the 3rd spot. Simpson in 4. But a great, great lap from Zoe Claessens.
Oh, showing absolute class. 2 wins out of 2. Absolutely rocketed herself up the standings last time. In round number 3, went from 14th into 4th position. And another win here today will move her up. Saya Sakakibara holding the 2nd place there, Rich. She's going to have brought those points totals up, but places will have closed the gap down, and it was just down to this ride here.
Yeah, it certainly was. She got a great start, and I thought Saya Sakakibara was going to have what it takes to just nick up the inside a little bit. Sienna Powell going a little bit wobbly coming out of turn number 1. Saya was in there in 2. Bethany Shriver was battling away, trying to work her way up from that 5th spot. Gate 8 not paying up for her on that particular occasion. But as they went in and out the final corner, there was no doubt who was going to take the win. 2 wins from 2 here in Brisbane at the UCI BMX Racing World Cup for Zoe Claessens, the European champion. Saya Sakakibara won't be disappointed with a pair of 2nd places, and Elise Willoughby hitting the podium in 3rd.
Good to see Elise Willoughby onto the podium. Rider coming through in 4th place at Molly Simpson of Canada. Then it was Manon Veenstra. Veenstra not making a podium this time round, and she did make the final, but that is 2 podiums out of the 4 finals she's made, but going to be helping her points standings. But let's get the full results. So, Zoe Clayson's taking the win from Saya Sakakibara. Elise Willoughby in 3rd place. Simpson, Veenstra, Shriver, Stansel and Powell. And as you said there, Bethany Shriver maybe not getting the gate that she wanted. How's it looking? I mean, it's Olympic year. She's Olympic champion. She's going to want to be there. We'll have to wait to find out, because we need to hear from our race winner, Zoe Claysons, who's down at interview.
Zoe, back-to-back wins. Congratulations. How does it feel to take the sweep here in Brisbane?
Oh, it's so good. I'm so happy. I didn't think I'm going to win, to be honest, and I just did a good start, a good first straight, and I was so happy.
Picking lane 7 on the outside and then having such an incredible first straightaway. How good did it feel going into that turn, coming out of it with the lead?
Well, I didn't have choice because I had the last pick, so I was gate 7. And yeah, I just was first on the triple and continued the lap and finished first.
And as we did yesterday, please let us get a little recap of just how well you feel in French.
Je suis trop contente. Je pensais vraiment pas que j'allais gagner aujourd'hui parce que j'ai pas fait une super demi-finale et ma première ligne elle était hyper bien et j'ai réussi à tenir le tour, donc je suis trop contente.
Congratulations on the 2 wins.
Thank you.
Well, really interesting to see that acceleration, that kick, that snap out of the gate, absolutely critical each time. And then she's nailed it all the way to the finishing line. Very, very cool customer. And riding for the World Cycling Centre. So some people won't be familiar with what that is. Rich, just a quick explanation.
Yeah, it's just the training centre that's run by the UCI, coached by Toine Van Gent up there at Aigle in Switzerland, as we see Zoe Claysons just getting a big hug from Saya Sakakibara. But up there in Aigle, they are developing some of the best riders in the world.
So we've seen the under-23s, we've seen our elite women's final. We're going to move on to the elite men's final. It's going to be very interesting to see who will take out top spot in the elite men, the last of our races here in Brisbane. Don't forget, this is the venue where we're going to see the 2026 World Champions crowned. Will we see Elise Willoughby from United States of America, who's 3rd here today in that race as your hope. So one rider who will be desperate to be there will be Saya Sakakibara from Australia, who takes second place and takes away the flowers in our flower ceremony. One rider who would dearly love to add the rainbow stripes to the European stripes. It is Zoe Claessens. Zoe, centre stage, the rider from Switzerland, taking top spot, your race winner here today. So your top three here today: Zoe Claessens of Switzerland in 1, Saya Sakakibara of Australia in 2, and Elise Willoughby of the United States in 3.
Yeah, certainly coming across from gate 7 to win in a World Cup final is no mean feat. That was a great ride from Zoe Claessens. I'm excited to see what she's got for the rest of the season.
Definitely going to be very interesting. 2 more World Cups, then the World Championships. So 2 World Cups coming from Tulsa, then we're at Rock Hill for the World Championships, and then down to Paris for the Olympic Games. I hope you're going to be watching every single one of those races, and I'm going to be absolutely glued to my set, as I am for the men's elite final. Well, let's see. Can
Brazil,
the
what up?
Swiss? Is it a wagon? Is it a train? Maybe it's time to find out. Maybe it's a wagon train. We will find out today. Cedric Booty, he might be the captain, but can he lead them here to victory?
I think Cedric,
it is, it's fast.
Kai,
so let's have a look as we see the line.
Romain,
Cedric,
Kai, Romain.
Top of the gate and introduce you.
So you can't count out Carlos for a
First
crazy
up
move.
in gate number 8 on the 250 plate, making his very first Many League World Cup final from France. It's Corentin Dubois.
Excuse me.
Next to him in gate number 7, in the national champions jersey of Great Britain, it's the Prince of Peckham. He's got something up his sleeve. It's Kai White. Gate number 6 from France, all focus and business. Behind those mirrored goggles, it's Eddie Clerté.
I'm not gonna lie, if Kai pops off the best first straight he can, I think Kai can win.
Gate 5, another
Cedric Booty's going super fast, but Romain's obviously quick, so we gotta see.
Jersey, Alejandro Andrade.
Oh, I can't forget about Renfro either. When he pops it off, he pops it off.
Representing France, consistency at World Cup level is Jeremy Rencarel. Gate 3, the world champion from 2023. Total speed, it's Roman Mayu.
Out of gate number 2, it's the
Gate 2 representing Colombia on the 278. The Colombian fans will be going wild for Carlos Ramirez.
And in gate number 1, he's been fast all
Gate number 1.
He knows he can win. I bet you he's a little nervous,
on
bro.
the 149 plate.
He's got gate 1. This is like probably, you know, that one moment where you're like, this shit really is reality. It's definitely nerve-wracking. I feel like Kai might do something crazy though. I don't know. This is gonna be a crazy main. Oh, you guys had better quiet down. Oh, they're out. Cedric's out. Cedric's out. Oh my gosh, he's out. Holy shit. Oh, Kai's gonna win. If he comes out of the turn in second, he's gonna win. Kai's gonna win. Kai's gonna win.
1-2-3 at the moment.
Kai's gonna win. Are you ready for this?
4 and 5. Dubois in there in 6. Roman Mayu in 7.
Cedric's good though, but if Kai can get a crazy
Kai
straight.
White is right there behind him. Is he going to be able to make a move down this third straight? Rencarel looking good in that third spot. Booty, White's going to make his move.
I told you, I told you, you can't keep up with him on the track.
Get it at the line. It's going to be a close finish. Kai White takes it from Cedric Booty. The Prince of Peckham takes a World Cup win. Ramirez rounds out the podium, and Kai White, his Great Britain teammates will be delighted. I know how hard Kai's worked after some injuries, and look at the delight on his face as his coach Kyle Evans grabs him and gives him a big bear hug.
I'll tell you something, you were saying earlier on today that Kai White was never in a hurry to get anywhere. He was in a hurry on that last section into the line. That's a great result for him, and you can see how much it means. Some fantastic riding here today by him, that emotion as he came over the finishing line. Run to the line. Let's not take anything away from Cedric Booty. He really pushed him.
Yeah, let's just take a quick look at this replay. Kai White's gate was phenomenal, and he's coming across the from sort of gate 7, and Booty was on the inside and had the line into turn number 1. So it was Booty and White going 1 and 2. Renkarel in there in 3. I was looking at Carlos Ramirez, wondering when the move was going to come in the turn, the move that he's so famous for. Meanwhile, Booty and White were battling away in and out that final corner. I saw the dive being made and I thought, right, here we go. Kai White's really going to push down this final straight. He's known for being able to generate that speed off the back of jumps. He made it count and took his first World Cup win of 2024.
So Kai White down there on top of the jumps. Fantastic ride by him in the finals.
Shit.
Great to see him back at the top of the race results. Cedric Booty in 2, Ramirez in 3. Renkarel, great ride by him, just pushed out on that final turn, put him into 4th place. Good ride by Dubois, good to see him in the